Today, I'm talking about a strategy called an ideal week or rule of life. Creating your rule of life is the key to making your style rhythms serve you. In a recent podcast episode, Graham Cochran shared a framework that's helping me in my current process of rebuilding sustainable rhythms. I call it a rule of life, but it's really just a few things you need to make sure and work into every week. I first discovered Graham during COVID through Jordan Rayner's book, Redeeming Your Time. I ended up joining Graham's membership, but then when my husband got sick, I asked him if I could pause it temporarily. His response was extraordinary. He refunded my membership fees, everything I'd already paid, offered me lifetime access to the community, and then provided a free course for when I was ready to start working again. He even prayed for me, and it made me want to be like him when I grow up. So after the hero died, I had no idea when my brain would be up to the cognitive demands of this visual identity work again. But I had seen what sustainable, human-centered business could look like. I'm Rebecca Mielke. As your visual identity guide, I take you on a journey of self-discovery so you can align your inner and outer self, show up confidently, and contribute your gifts to the world. As your first step to self-discovery, I invite you to take my free style personality quiz. Find the link in the show description or at my website, signaturestylesystems.com. So let's explore Graham's 4 R's plus my addition and how they connect to your style journey. The things you need to plan for your needs for within your week. The first one is restoration. I try to do this on Sunday. So this is your personal recharge time. You can support authentic rest, worship, and relaxation by wearing colors that are aligned with your natural chroma. That's the scale of very muted to very bright colors that support your natural coloring. And wearing colors that support your natural contrast levels, especially value contrast, which is how light or dark something is. So if you have like very, very dark hair and very light skin, or the other way around, very, very dark skin and very light hair, then you have high contrast. It takes more energy to wear brighter colors or higher contrast levels than your inherent levels. So it makes sense that on your day of restoration, you would want to support yourself with more natural colors on you. Okay, the second thing, not everybody, but most people need in their life is rainmaking, aka producing income. So in this schedule that I'm test driving, I'm doing this on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. I think Graham only does 2 days, and I'll talk more later about how you work it out if you work regular Monday through Friday. And maybe you don't have to do this one, and that's okay too. So enclothed cognition is a concept where it's been shown in studies that clothing impacts our cognitive processes, probably by affecting how you or your self-concept. In other words, if you dress in a way that looks competent, you feel competent and you perform better. So to create a wardrobe that supports deep work, by the way, Deep Work by Cal Newport is one of the main books that Jordan Rayner draws from in his book, Redeeming Your Time, which I'm on my third trip through that book. And yeah, just really working on trying to define my boundaries and how productivity works for me. So yeah, if you want to talk to me about it, I'd love to hear from you. Just send me an email at hello@signaturestylesystems.com. Okay, so to create a wardrobe that supports deep work, or for those days that you're trying to get deep work done, think about having comfortable pieces that don't require constant adjustment. I always think that comfortable clothes are kind of a human right. So, like, everything should be comfortable, but I know different things are comfortable to different people. Just what's comfortable for you. Then professional items that enhance your work-related mental processes. So thinking about like this enclosed cognition idea, wear things that make you feel confident and competent. And then temperature appropriate clothing for extended focus periods. And you don't want to be distracted by the fact that you're just a little bit too hot or a little bit too cold. So take that into consideration. Okay, the third need that we all have every week is relationships. So I'm trying this new thing where I'm setting aside Wednesdays for relationships. And for me, that includes like networking and business relationships, and also like personal, just people I'm meeting for coffee or whatever. Those days, I recommend you choose clothing in your inherent colors. Um, that is the colors that are on your body, especially your eye colors or your skin tone. And then those are going to help you with appearing both authentic and approachable. Okay, the fourth R is reflection. And I am trying to do this on Fridays with very little success so far. I think I can get there, but January has been tough. I was sick for 2 weeks and feel behind. So anyway, reflection is time for learning, planning, and processing. In my ideal week, this day would include a weekly review and planning for the upcoming week. And I'd like to get to where that planning included my outfits. I recently heard another stylist talking about the benefits of weekly outfit planning, and that sounds like something I can get behind. I have been setting out my clothes the night before, and that's good. And I also plan outfits when I change over seasons, which I have to do every quarter. Um, but I feel like I could benefit from weekly outfit planning, and I will come back and let you know how that goes. So those those were grams for ours. And here's the one I'm adding. I'm adding responsibilities. And in my ideal week schedule, that's going to fit on Saturdays. One of the hardest parts of being on my own has been balancing working with taking care of all the home stuff. For the most part, it's like all the stuff that two people had been doing still all needs to be it still all needs to be done, but there's only one person working on it. So I'm trying to devote Saturdays to my stewardship responsibilities, which is easier this said than done, right? It always seems like there's some family responsibility or ministry obligation or social opportunity on Saturdays. Also, let me inject here that, okay, so this is a rhythm, an ideal week. A rule of life is not a law, it's just a practice. It just for me, it helps me make decisions in the moment. And it doesn't mean like I always do what that is. It just, it causes me to slow down a little bit and think about it. So here's how I'm trying to structure my Saturdays. In the morning, I'd like to work on home projects, like focused household tasks, maybe chores, maybe home improvement stuff, or just like little, I don't know, moving your furniture around. Some of the chores that only need to be done like every now and again. And um, I'm rotating through the spaces monthly. So I took the year and broke it down into months and spaces. And then I put like a little sticky note on that month on the calendar that like in January, I'm trying to work on my living room, which makes sense to me because the first or second week of January, you take down all the Christmas stuff, which is as far as I've gotten. And then and then you've just done that, so it seems normal to like want to keep going and uh freshen up your living room, make it look more homey, more welcoming. And then like, I don't know what month, May or something, I've got scheduled for working outside. I think I put in a month for working in the basement, which will be in the summer, and so on. So that would be ideally in the morning. And then in the afternoon, I think wardrobe maintenance and care, which could include shopping if you enjoy shopping. It could include sitting down to watch a movie and working on like defuzzing your sweaters. And also every week I include in my email um, a, a category of wardrobe, a component that you could review. So I try to just do like one drawer at a time or whatever. So like this weekend, I'm going to go through my drawer that has workout clothes in it. And so I have that annual calendar and I share that in my weekly email, and you can sign up to get those at my website, signaturestylesystems.com. So this schedule, the whole thing that I talked about here with the rule of life, it's all completely adaptable depending on your schedule and your responsibilities. You might have to build your relationship and reflection time into every day and then do your restoration and responsibilities on Saturday and Sunday, maybe if you're a teacher or somebody that has to go to an office Monday through Friday. And then with regard to style strategy, the key is viewing wardrobe maintenance and yeah, just taking care of yourself. View it as responsible stewardship and as self-care, not self-indulgence. So here's something simple you can do this week. Find a time to plan your weekly rhythm with intention. Consider how a rule of life can support you in daily activities and in your authentic self-expression. Thanks for being here for the Signature Style Systems podcast. Have fun being you, and I'll meet you back here again real soon.